Hey everybody, I'm Justin Schlegel with RHP Real Estate and Team Schlegel. This is your end of summer Phoenix Real Estate Report. So we are going to talk about headlines first. There are all sorts of misleading headlines that are out there in the marketplace, out there in the media, that are talking about how inventory has went through the roof and how interest rates are at record levels and just the housing market is nearing a collapse and whatever else. But that's just not the case. So let's first talk about that inventory. So one of the key metrics that I personally track every single week through our MLS system is the number of active single-family detached homes around the valley. So not in the entire MLS, because there can be things that's outside of our valley, which is outside of our true marketplace. So that particular number has stayed very stable. Over the past 10 weeks, there has been only about a 200 home gap between the highs and the lows. So right now we're sitting at just over 11,000 active single family homes throughout the valley. But that number has been very constant for most of this year. So yes, inventory is up year over year, but that's not a bad thing because that's not an abundance of inventory. We need more inventory because that buying demand, it's going to come. Interest rates have actually improved significantly over the past month. Hopefully that trend will continue. I know a lot of people and forecasting is pointed towards the Fed lowering their rate here come September. And then that could have a good positive impact again on interest rates to come down further. But definitely, they are not 8% these days. We're looking in the upper 6s for conventional and the upper 5s to 6% for FHA and VA. So much more tolerable for those entering the marketplace. Changes. So industry changes. You've probably seen lots of things, heard lots of things, and again, a lot of misinformation out there. The big changes that you as a consumer need to be aware of is how commissions are advertised. Okay, so it doesn't mean that commissions are not going to be paid towards a real estate professional representing a buyer or representing a seller any longer. It's the manner in which we as an industry actually provide that information to our counterpart. So the MLS is not going to allow us to publish what we are offering as buyer broker compensation any longer come August 1st. And so now there are different documents and different forms that have been created for us to communicate behind the scenes and ultimately still work to get your property sold if we're representing you as a seller. The other thing for buyers is now before looking at any properties, you must have a written employment agreement in place. So often called a buyer broker agreement. There are a couple different varieties, and that's something that should be discussed during an initial in-person, if at all possible, buyer consultation. So that way we lay out the process, the market conditions, expectations, talk about your goals, and really game plan for the best scenario for you, the client and consumer. And then finally, we have the election coming up in November, just over 3 months away, which is crazy to think, especially with what all's going on politically right now. But elections can have an effect on the real estate market and what happens moving forward. And regardless of who is elected, most of the time, if you look historically, real estate actually improves after an election. So if we continue to see interest rates come down, and we continue to see inventory stay pretty level, then prices may push up as more people enter the marketplace. So if you've been on the fence wondering, gosh, should I make the move? Should I not? Is now the right time? Let's have the conversation. There's no obligation, and you're just going to get informed on what your options truly are. So please, information is below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and let's chat soon.